I'm on the Churnet Valley Railway. I'm just outside the market town of Leek, just a short distance in that direction. In the 1960s, the town of Leek lost its railway to the beaching cuts. It's now a Morrison's supermarket on the site of the old station. But the Churnet Valley Railway has been actively working to restore rail services to Leek. Now, the original Leek railway station was opened in 1849, the North Staffordshire Railway that was. And right at the tail end of 2024, the last day of the year, they ran the first passenger services with 400 invited guests into a temporary station just a short distance up there, just on the outskirts of Leek. That's the first rail service back into Leek in, what's that? Do the maths, many years. Beautiful part of the world. I do love the Churnet Valley. Cries of buzzards above my head there. You can hear the flowing water as well, coming from somewhere. Right, we're just on the cusp here, look, the north end of the Leek Brook Triangle. It's not my first time here, but it's the first time that I've been on this new section that's newly restored. Look at the new point motor there. Nice bit of kit that, isn't it? Me and Jim, you know Jim, appears in some of my videos. We visited here in 2023. They just finished work that year on the Leek Brook Triangle, and they just run the first train, like a test train I suppose you could say, that used all three sides of the triangle in decades. And obviously since then they have managed to put in a new length of line all the way to Leek, or almost to Leek. So what am I doing here? What's this series about? I'm hoping to put together a series of videos just to follow the work that they're doing here. I have meant to get down sooner. I'd like to have been here before they ran that first train into Leek. But the story of the Churnet Valley Railway, it's an interesting one. I can't think off the top of my head many heritage railways that have made the progress that the Churnet Valley Railway has in such a relatively short space of time, really. Unfortunately, we are out of season and it is a midweek, so I was never expecting to see any services running today. But you never know, dear. I thought maybe it might just be a possibility of an engineering service or something like that running, but it doesn't seem to be the case. So what would this would be the eastern side of the triangle, wouldn't it, looking? You can see that that's fairly new track, isn't it? It still looks new. Not much has gone over that, really. And this would be for trains heading from Leek up to the Caldon Quarries, or vice versa, up to Ipstones. So here we are, right at the eastern tip of the triangle. I was hoping there was going to be a picnic table or something here. This is as far as you can get down the path down here. So straight in front there, that's the line to Ipstones, or Ipstones. I don't know which pronunciation is it. So this line here, so is the south side of the triangle, we'll call it. That's the line that's used for current passenger services on the Heritage Railway. In that direction you've got Cheddleton, but you've got Leek Brook Junction first, literally just round the corner here. Cheddleton, then on to Froghall. I said train services aren't running today, but I have got some footage from the train going around this exact spot from 2023, so just have a look at this. It's a very interesting story, the Churnet Valley story, if you read up on the history. So I suppose the preservation movement started as far back as the 1970s, and they started pieced together bit by bit parts of this line into a heritage railway. But in 2010 they were lucky enough to take a lease of this line just in front here up to the Ipstones quarry. And that was still owned by Network Rail at the time, and I believe the railway now have ownership of this section of line. quite an extension onto the railway. That's quite a decent journey out and back to Ipstones. They're not yet running scheduled passenger trains to Leek, but when they do, it's going to be a strange situation for an heritage railway setup, isn't it? Because it's usually you get like a linear restored line as part of the heritage railway, but this one's going to be like it's going to have three prongs to it, isn't it? Going to be some interesting options available to the Churnet Valley Railway going forward. I know there's not a massive amount to show you on this visit today. This is more just to set the scene. I am coming back in I think it's the end of May. And I'm booked on one of their heritage open days, and we're going to actually be getting on a train to Leek Station, so that's quite exciting. And there's a couple of other things as well as part of that day, workshop tours, etc. And I think we're getting a breakfast as well. The Churnet Valley Railway, it can find itself in quite an enviable position. I'm sure there's a lot of heritage railways that are jealous of the position that it's in, and it's got quite a number of interesting options where it can still expand even further, and that's been helped in some cases because there's still lines down from fairly recent industrial use of some of the railway lines around here. But I believe the line south from Froghall is under the Churnet Valley Railway ownership. So in theory, when they've reconnected Leek, I suppose the next big project is going to be going as far as those sand sidings. Is it Oakermore? Now I know there's long-term aspirations of extending all the way to Alton Towers, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not an expert on that section of this huge railway, but I think the track bed's pretty much unimpeded. Is that right? And I've not even mentioned going west yet, the old line to Stoke that goes off just from over there near Leebrook Junction. And I think it's 10 mile to Stoke down that line. I remember when me and Jim came that day, we were quite impressed. You know, it was such a beautifully turned out railway. There are obviously a lot of passion and skill from the volunteers here. That working the loco so hard on that branch. Just coming up behind me there is the 69 yards long Birchall Tunnel. And we've got this segregated walkway here. Doesn't that track look weird? It's without the ballast in between the sleepers. I know not a massive amount to show you on this video, but you might not be familiar with the Churnet Valley Railway, so this might just give you an idea what it's about. Despite the nearly 2-hour journey to get here today, I do want to come back just to cover if there's any further developments. I think me and Jim said it at the time, I think there's still a lot of distance videos-wise, you know, features-wise to get out of the Churnet Valley Railway. It's only half a mile or so up from that tunnel where we find the terminus of the railway. And don't forget, scheduled passenger trains aren't currently coming as far as this. They're not yet coming on this new section as far as Leek, but there is a platform up there. I'm going to assume it's a temporary platform. I've not yet seen what the actual full plans are for the station site in Leek, but there's a wooden platform just on the other side of the line. We can't see it from down here. We're at the bottom of the railway embankment here, look. But I can see discarded concrete railway sleepers just to the side of the embankment there. And I did go into the playing field just on the right hand side here and just send the drone up just for a look earlier this morning. Hopefully I'll get a closer look when I have a trip up here in just over 2 months' time. Just see the buffers, look. Can you see just over the top of the bank in there? So cheers to all my channel members. Anyone who buys me a coffee, sends me a super thanks. Really, really do appreciate it. If you do want to become a channel member, get members only videos and early access to new videos, it's just a couple of quid a month. It helps to support the running of the channel, getting out and about like I do today, etc. So cheers for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.